Good evening and a warm welcome to all you wonderful people out there. I am Dr. Suhani and I welcome you to my talk show, Tete at Suvees Power Meet. Today we have an amazing guest with us. And before I introduce her to you, I would like all of you all to warmly welcome her. So, welcome Indrani Malkani. A very, very warm welcome to you. Well, so without much ado, I'd like to introduce her to all our viewers. Indrani Malkani Ni Mukherjee is a graduate from Loreto College of the University of Calcutta. She is an Ashoka Fellow. Beginning her career with the Taj Group of Hotels, she rose to become the conventions and conference manager of the Taj Palace Convention Hotel in Delhi. She coordinated various national and international conventions before moving to Mumbai. Her specialty at work was logistics, coordination, troubleshooting, developing what was commonly known as people skills, which remains one of her major strengths in the work she does even today. In Mumbai, she began to involve herself in civic matters and community issues, particularly contentious ones, where her belief has been to develop sustainable solutions in partnership with the authorities. Among the organizations she works with are the Municipal Cooperator of Greater Mumbai, that's MCGM, the Mumbai Police, the various state government and departments, and the Election Commission of India, and the State Election Commission of Maharashtra. Wanting to expand her reach, she and the other trustees of We Can, that is, We Citizens Action Network, launched an interactive web portal, which is www.togetherwecan in the year 2014. It deals with multiple issues that affect a citizen's daily life on a single platform, as well as she hosts a live talk show with a series titled Together We Can Social Sanchar, with the motto interact with your government from wherever you are. Wow, that's fantastic. So, a very, very, very warm welcome in Rani. We are so happy to have you. In fact, I would say it's my honor. I'm totally honored to have you on my talk show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So, without much ado, if, with your permission, maybe start a conversation, a tete a tete. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Indrani, if you could come closer and talk, I cannot, you're not audible. Yeah. Yeah. So, we'd
okay.
like to know this amazing journey that you've had in the corporate world. And now from the corporate world, you've come to the social service sector. So, if you could give us some more insight about it and tell our viewers about it, please.
Well, it's not very complicated. I am originally from corporate world, and that too, I should specify hospitality. The corporate
Yes,
world is huge. Uh,
true.
when I moved to Mumbai, it was then Bombay.
Yeah.
That's when I married, and I moved here, transferring all my skills or my interest to social service sector. Uh,
Right.
wasn't that much different. It's just that I now don't charge any money. So I work pro bono
Right.
for uh, not really similar work, but certainly work with the people.
Correct.
Um, earlier too, it was working with people, understanding people's needs, making things happen. It's similar, and yet a great deal more challenging because the
Yes.
resources are obviously very, very far and wide, and you need to bring in all partners, all stakeholders together, if you are
True.
to find sustainable solutions to the
Right.
problems that I get involved in. So,
Correct. Yeah.
earlier too, when I was in the hospitality side, when I was in Taj Palace in Delhi, I worked a
Right.
great deal with the government then.
Yeah.
So, before I had honed my skills in a manner of speaking, and when I've started this work, uh, it's okay, and it's actually very fulfilling because you are dealing with actual situations which affect people, and it's all general public. It is not one section of society. Ultimately, solutions do affect each and every individual, and
Right.
many of those have nothing is in isolation, so
Right.
therefore everything is connected. uh, it makes it very challenging. And
Yes.
once you succeed, or at least you have proceeded on a way of making things happen, it's very
Correct.
fulfilling. So it's an ongoing journey. I wouldn't say
Right.
it's anywhere near ended, not at all. And every day is a new challenge, and every time
Mm.
you touch new pathways.
That's awesome, Indrani. You being a part of so many organizations and so many committees, it must be, I mean, challenging to. How do you manage your time? I wonder, because when I was going through your website, I was saying, I said, my God, I cannot manage few committees that I am on, and here it's like a whole lot of them. So that's quite a bit that you are on, and quite a bit
No,
of work that you do.
it's not really that complicated. In the corporate sector, you will always hear time management is the key,
Right,
and so it's the same here. However,
right,
it's
right.
very committees all don't meet at the same time at all. So you
Absolutely.
can space it out, and not I don't have to space it out. It just happens to be like that.
Yeah.
And each one
That,
its
right.
own unique way of working. So
Mm.
it's all right. Somehow I'm always on the move. So except
Wow.
for once, willy nilly, we are all in one place. But
Yeah.
otherwise, and you can manage. It's not difficult at
Yeah.
all.
Right. Fantastic. You're absolutely an you're absolutely an inspiration to so many of us, Indrani. So that's fantastic. Really would like to know from you, uh, connecting people with administration, and I always have got this feeling that there's a major mistrust, normally, which people have. So how has it been with you?
Uh, yes, you're right. There is and has been. It's now a little about 20 years that I'm in this particular sector working. And yes, there is, which is a very nothing negative, really results in positive change.
Right.
So that is why I've always believed that administration and all of us as citizens, the civil
Right.
society, must be able to come together. And it
Right.
is not that every single person needs to be in that, partnership mode, but
Mhm.
certainly organizations should be, because unless the administration comes forward, how exactly are we? Parallel systems don't work. So,
Correct.
and now does it sustain? So, therefore,
Right.
that is what needed to
Mhm.
bring about
Oh.
sustained or and implementable solutions.
Mm. Right. Right.
Now, when we talk about citizens, one is we
Right.
take individuals. If you take individuals,
Right.
there is an issue. Now,
Right.
what are the things? Normally, a person is unaware of
Right.
how to help themselves when they like you have an issue with your your area, your garbage, your building issues, etc. Now that's where you need to know the basic rules, how to go
Mhm.
about it, where to go, how to do it. Once you
Right.
have that knowledge, then when you go from a position of knowing what you want.
Right, right,
So,
right,
so that is important. So, and unless you, in 1 to 10 scale,
right,
reduce the
right,
mid level,
right,
you can't work and
right,
not have a robust system working for you.
right,
So,
right,
and that is not meant that every citizen has to do it. It's just that the processes must be in place.
right,
So,
right,
confrontation. I personally believe in consultation.
right,
For my work, I do that. That does
right,
not mean that you have difference of opinion in finding out solutions, or when you
mm-hmm.
are for proposals, you won't have arguments. Certainly, you will, but it
Mm-hmm.
need not be acrimonious. It need
Mm-hmm.
not become civil, and you
Right,
will be able to find
mm-hmm.
a suitable solution, which is possible for the administration to deliver and the citizens to benefit from it.
Right, 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 right,
I would look at it. If you take, for example, this current situation where we have had this
yeah,
huge rainfall and the trees falling and all of that.
mhm.
Now,
Right,
tree trimming comes in a lot. Uh,
right,
I have noticed over time, if you go
mm,
on our portal, write how to get your trees trimmed, you will find
right,
the process there. And I can
right,
tell you that the ward officers are generally extremely prompt. Now, prior
right.
to two parts to it, if I may just elaborate on this,
Yes,
one would
please,
be
please do.
yes, one would be the trees, for example, on municipal land that would be on the
Right,
roads, parks, etc., and
right,
the other would be in the private properties.
right,
Now,
right,
prior to monsoon, if you regularly trim your trees, get your
hmm.
trees picked by
Right,
send your application to the ward office. The process is there on our portal. People can access it. It
correct.
is not at all complicated. It is not at all.
Mm,
And keep your trees healthy. It
yes,
will grow, will not fall. That doesn't mean that none will fall, but by
right,
and large will be okay. Now, when
right,
it comes outside, when it comes to the municipal road, no doubt
right,
it is the municipality's responsibility to see to it that
mm,
pre-monsoon trimming is done properly. But
right,
it is our reality. What stops us from flagging something which is dangerous, or if you see a tree starting to lean, or something
correct,
which is to the ward office? Can we not
right,
work together? We can.
right,
And
absolutely.
absolutely. And I can tell you that I have seen that on ground, that is, when I mean soil, in a garden which is not concrete, the trees have
Mhm.
not been looked after by the property premise owners. Trees
Right,
are falling. Now,
right,
no, that's where so nobody is blameless. So let us
right,
look at working together.
mm,
See how
correct.
best we. So out of
Yeah.
10, 80% we will succeed. There will
Right,
probably be
right,
won't,
right,
but
right.
percent.
Thank you so much for that, Indrani. Today, I'm sure all the people who will be watching this, have got such a positive insight, towards the administration that we can all work together. Coming together, we can work so much better. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think that was really, really important for people to know that. And I've seen that you've been working with the election commission for the last few years,
Oh, long,
and
not few years, 2 decades nearly.
okay, 2 decades. Wow, 2 decades of working with the election commission. You have to tell us your experience with that. Indrani would really like to know.
Well, basically, it's my right as an Indian. It's my right
Right,
to be part of the electoral process. I should vote. And
absolutely.
when I say election commission, we work through their nominating office from Maharashtra. You
Right,
see,
right.
this in certain urban areas, there is an urban apathy, and this is a common statement used by all. I'm not saying something new,
Right.
but even I come from Kolkata, as you have already, told your viewers. Um,
Right.
we are very particular about being part of the electoral process, and
Right.
the voting percentage in Bengal is very high. So I
Right.
was actually quite astonished when in
Mm.
Mumbai I noticed the dismal percentage, and that's what prompted me to get involved and
Okay.
discover the electoral processes where we can improve to get
Mm.
the
Mm.
percentage going higher.
Right.
We have succeeded to some extent, and
Mm.
working with the election commission through the
Mm.
Maharashtra office
Mm.
is a very, very interesting experience. Why I say
Oh.
this? Because it also shows that
Right.
people talk very, very loudly about their rights, but never
Right.
about their responsibilities and duties. So
You've
when you
nailed
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
rights, equally
Right.
is your duty and your responsibility. For example, being on the
Mm.
voter list,
Right.
your responsibility too. First of all, you need
Right.
to make sure you're a registered voter. And every time there is a process by way of which the electoral rolls are updated. That is a
Correct.
regular. Now, why would we not take the initiative to see that our
Right.
name is on the voters list every time
True.
when it is updated? And I know
Right.
that I've been through this system, and often I am amazed why people are so lax. And when the time comes for voting and their name is not there,
On
and
the
then they go and
yes.
fight and all sorts of things, which I find very, because when you go to the rural areas,
Mm.
there the people are completely. So I wonder why, because there
Right.
they need and they feel
Right.
that you must be part of it. But here,
Right.
somehow, I don't mean here, I'm not just talking Mumbai, but I'm
Right.
generally talking a more in a context of urban apathy, that this
Yes.
happens. So, therefore, being part of,
Mm.
making systems work, the processes more easy, and that is why
Right.
on our portal, last year was election of both Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha for
Right.
Maharashtra.
Right.
So,
Right.
therefore, we created a special page because quite often people get very confused with the
Mm.
government website, including this.
Right.
But I must, the Election Commission's website is very, very user friendly,
Okay.
and yet people feel the need. I mean, get confused. So happens. So we did in our humble way to
Mm.
take in links which would be more commonly utilized to
Right.
so that people say, hey, wait a minute, how do I get from A to B? So then
Right.
you make that possible if we can. So as I said, in
Mm.
our humble way, we brought in
Right.
these processes, sort of joined the links, so to speak, and made it interesting for people that, hey, listen, it's not that
Right.
difficult. Just press this and go to this link and just get it. And, to get the people more,
You want in,
involved.
yeah, involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're all, we are the largest, come on, we are the largest democracy. And why should
Yeah.
we not get in it? It's more
Right. Right.
fun. It's
Right.
more fun. I can show you, because in the recent years, I have seen getting your
Mm.
finger in has become quite a rallying point, isn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
looking forward to our municipal elections. Funnily
Yes.
enough, let me
Yeah.
I must bring this in context because
Sure.
from the moment we are born till the time we die,
Right.
we are
Right.
connected to our municipal corporation. Okay, from
Right.
the birth
Right.
certificate to the death certificate and
That's
everything
a.
in between. Yeah?
Mm.
Whether it's your water, whether it's your electric, everything
Like,
comes in between.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
funny thing is that when municipal elections come, we don't vote. Why?
True.
Municipality, for God's sake. So
Right.
I can appeal that our municipal
Mm.
elections are coming within the year. Okay.
Mm.
let's make a campaign that we must make sure that we all vote for our municipality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
And if you don't do it, then I mean, we have the elected representatives. They too.
Yeah.
See, after all, everywhere it's to do with human beings. Whether you look
Right.
at the administration, you look at the elected representatives, us, all
Yeah.
of us, we're all in it
Right.
together. It's more
Yes.
fun
Yes.
when we
Yes.
can join hands. It's more fun. What's the
Yes.
point of being
Absolutely.
somewhere different? Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
Absolutely.
we can do joint campaigns, perhaps get people more in, understand why we need to, and
Absolutely.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Absolutely true. And Rani, I totally agree with what you said because I've always seen when elections are taking place, people, they just shy away to go and actually vote. I mean, this is your right. You're supposed to vote. But I don't know why they don't do that. And especially the area which I live in, we always see every time the elections, year in and year out, we see that people are just not willing to just step out of their house and vote. I don't know why is that whole thing in them. So I really want to say, if I can be of any help, any support in Rani with your campaigning, please, it will be it will be my pleasure to help you in any way in spreading awareness in campaigning for people to come and vote. As it is, in our area, we always do that little bit of an exercise before the elections take place, so that just go and press the bell and tell people, okay, it's time for you to go and vote now. It's time for you to go and vote now.
Wait. Before you press the bell, make sure
Yeah.
your name is list. So
Bang on. Yeah, bang on.
you are on my radar, so to
Right.
speak. You're definitely on my radar. So rest assured, you're not
Right.
going anywhere, and I'm not letting you go. So I do.
Sure.
The net around, and I
Right.
love to get everybody into that net.
Definitely.
But catch them I will.
Super, super, Indrani. I'm sure all our viewers who are watching today, and it's going to inspire them that come on, people, let's get to it together and let's vote. It is our right. It is your right. Okay, so exercise your rights. Now, I'd really like to ask you. Wow, you are a Ashoka fellow. That's a big one. Tell us about it, please. I would love to know a little more about it.
Um, it's difficult for me to say much about it. I would like your to access ashoka.org.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm privileged to be an Ashoka Fellow,
Yes,
and amazing bunch of people, all my cohorts and my those who came in before me and the many after me. It's a big
right,
family all over
right,
the world, and
right.
all Ashoka Fellows are known as social entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
some for profit, some for not for profit. Most
Right.
are not for profit, and how do I explain it? It's very difficult to explain it in one word. So I think what I would suggest is that people see what ashoka.org, what
Yes,
Ashoka is
definitely.
all about. But
Right.
as I said, it is a privilege because it is a lifetime fellowship and a
Yes,
nomination. What
yes,
Ashoka organization says is that
yes.
they invest in the person and not
Right.
in their organization, because
Wow.
if the person is, you see, the investment is the person, so the
Right.
person will carry the organization. So that is
Yes.
the way they choose. And
Wow.
usually it is for certain things which others have not taken up,
Right.
or they find their own way. It is a grueling process, but it's a
Right.
very enjoyable process, because when
Yeah.
I went to have panels, etc., it's a long drawn process,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
it's if you are, I mean, if you are chosen, if you're nominated,
Right.
I'm very privileged to be in that family.
Wow, super, super. Amazing, Indrani. Really, really amazing. Fantastic. There's something which I really wanted to ask you, your model school bus, and that model was turned into a policy, which I think is amazing. If you could give us a little more insight about it, please.
Well, I'm commonly known as the school bus lady.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, even now in some places I would go say for a show or something, and suddenly I will find somebody. Oh my, my son went through your school bus. I said, my school bus? No, the
How
school
sweet.
school. As the school bus. Okay, let
Right,
me put, to say it very from the start. What
right,
I realized was that people in Mumbai, it started with decongesting of the approach roads to the school. That's
right,
how the whole
right,
started, and it was in 2002 with the
right,
Premier Institute School, Cathedral and John Connon School. My
right,
son went
right.
through, and I noticed that the number of cars that come
Yeah,
in, to and the roads are narrow and too much
yeah.
noise, and I sort of wondered that why there shouldn't be a school bus service offered by the school, which
Correct.
is safe, secure, and efficient, so
True.
that children come, because that was absolute necessity as far as Mumbai city was concerned. I mean, I
Correct.
started over. So that is
Right,
how Cathedral, we started off this whole project. It's not that Cathedral did not have their school bus. They
right,
did, just
right,
as all schools, by and large, have some sort of a school bus
right,
service.
right.
But such service, what I noticed was the condition of the buses were far from being acceptable. The
Ah,
route
okay.
was very long winded, so the children
Right.
spent a lot longer, those who
Mm,
opted for school service, and all
mm,
of that. And I found not so acceptable.
right.
Normally, in Western countries, you will
Mm,
find the concept of neighborhood schools. That
mm,
doesn't quite exist in India. So,
right,
therefore, you need dedicated school bus services by every school.
right, right,
That's this whole thing. It's again. I mean, I won't go into very much detail, but
right,
that can be, the whole history is there on our portal. Model
right,
school bus
right,
service. Now, when I did it for Cathedral School,
right.
the school made it a policy that all the children of the school will
Yeah.
avail of the service
School bus.
provided by
Yeah.
the school,
Right,
and that no big cars will be allowed
right,
unless
right.
you are walking to school, or
Mm,
you're coming by public transport, or where the
correct.
school is able to provide a route. But even then, you will
Right.
not bring whichever mode of transport towards your school. You will get down at a
Right.
designated. Now, when
Yeah.
you have service like that, you needed to make a service which was very
Mm,
efficient.
right.
So, 6th of June 2002,
Mm,
52 routes, the whole city was full of
okay.
cathedral buses. And the children uh, on the school bus, 98%. 2%
Right.
of them
Wow.
walking. And it just
Right.
happened within a couple of months. Don't ask me
Wow.
how. If you tell me to do it all over again, I probably would run away. And this is a very unique project, because
Right.
I
Right.
was doing it with the principal, the school concerned, and the
Yeah.
traffic police in
Right.
partnership. See,
Right.
it is a project. I did
Right.
it, and that's how. And the Mumbai police, traffic police, considered this whole thing as their very own. And it
Yeah.
was such a fulfilling thing, to see the constables feeling proud. Look
Right.
at this, you have done
Right.
it. It's a good feeling, it's a happy feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Children,
Absolutely.
tell you, the children were the happiest lot on one
Right.
side, because they enjoyed the school bus, their
Right.
ride to and from school back home,
Right.
except for rainy days. because with this school bus service, the
Hmm.
rain day holidays got jacked. So,
Ah.
that did not go down. So every other time in those initial years, whenever there used to be got bit of rain,
Right.
whole bunch of kids would say, "Please call up Rani auntie. Is the school fat chance? The school bus was there on time." So it was really fun.
Wow.
But
Well, you
okay,
too.
uh, the government, the Maharashtra government,
Right.
obviously, the
Hmm.
government, people think that the government doesn't look around and all that. Oh no, they are very aware of what's going on in the city and
Right.
everywhere else. So I
Right.
was invited in 2006
Right.
to, to say that, look, we must have a safe
Yeah.
transportation system across the state,
Cool.
because
Yes. Yes.
children is not
Hmm.
restricted to certain schools, etc. There should
Correct.
be
Right.
common doing it. So how can we make it safe? Can you, that's how it all started. So
Right.
that committee was formed. I remained. I said, fine, I'll give you the whole project. I'll do it for you. Says,
Right.
I said, absolutely.
Wow.
Not intention. First of
Right.
all, the work that I do is not meant for business, and
Hmm.
it is meant for systems to take shape and be run by the government for the simple
Wow.
reason that the
Right.
administration has the reach, which is not expected that any one of
Hmm.
us be doing. So that's
Hmm.
how I trans. And I think it was in record time, the policy was published, uh,
Wow.
bringing everything together and making it possible for all types of schools to
Hmm.
have a system in place which was well regulated. So
Right.
basically, the operators came on board. They had no choice, I must tell you.
Right.
So
Right.
they, and one of the very happy feeling again for me was when the
Right.
School Bus Association told
Hmm.
me in one of the meetings that,
Hmm.
Madam, you have given us, school bus owners, the
Right.
dignity of our profession. So that
Wow.
was
Wow.
because
Wow.
dignity is what we all look for in all the work
Oh,
that we
yeah.
do, and
True. True.
recognition. So
True. True.
therefore, self-regulation is the only way forward. We don't
Right.
say, so ultimately we must self-regulate. So
Right.
that,
Right.
and the children learn the social equality, because when you
Absolutely.
go on a school, there's no rich and poor, there's no
No,
big
no,
car
not
and small.
small.
Everyone is, just as a school uniform by its name makes it uniform. So does the school
Uniform.
bus. So that's
True.
how the school bus project turned into a policy for Maharashtra. So that was,
Wow.
but I think it will be lovely if people do go and access the my blog, which is there, and the
Yes. Yes.
policy is also published, so people have,
Yes.
it's all open. The transparency
Right.
is the key case. No,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry. Sorry. We can't. I couldn't hear the last bit, please.
I said that
Yeah.
story is there,
Right.
transparency is the key, so everything is
Right.
open. And quite
Right.
honestly, common sense is what will drive you to do the right thing
Right.
also. And I'm a mother, I would look at it when I did the policy, the project also, I must say
Right.
that
Right.
the mother was very much in focus, because I
Right.
had to see that, is this safe for my child? It will be safe
Right.
for everybody. I
Everybody.
took it,
Yeah.
that's how it was achieved.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much. My God, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, Indrani. You are truly a change maker. You are an asset to our society. And it's been a complete honor for having you on my talk show, Tete Suvees Power Meet. My God, the sharing that you have done today with us, it's really brilliant. The work that you're doing is really brilliant. It's awesome, and it's doing without expecting anything back, which is fantastic, and making change, a huge change, a change which is betterment for the society at large, a betterment for our environment at large, which is fantastic. Wow. Kudos to you.
Yeah,
I salute you.
for your compliments, Suhani. But may I conclude by saying that each one of us individuals have a
Right,
strength.
right,
Sometimes we don't recognize it. The
right,
challenge is to recognize that strength, turn it into an opportunity, and we
right.
can all change makers. But I must
Yes.
say, do firmly believe women are the best agents for change.
Totally. Totally agree with you. And I love the way you say it. And in your words, I'm going to end today's talk. It's all about life, yours, mine, and ours. People, viewers who are watching us, this is Indrani Malkani's statement, and we are going to end this wonderful conversation, which I didn't want to end because I can ask you so many questions and so many things to know and so many things to learn from you. I mean, it's been a total inspiring conversation today with you, tete a tete with you. I've loved every minute of it, and we've got a whole lot of people who've joined us. Prashant Kalbag, Bharti Kotwala from London, and a whole lot of people have joined us, and they're enjoying the conversation. So that's been great. Thank you so much, Indrani, for being such an inspiration, being the true change maker, and it's been an honor having you. It really, it's been wonderful just conversing with you. I am running short of words because it's been such a fantastic experience just having this conversation with you. And I'd like to thank all our viewers who have been really supporting Tete a Tete at Suvis. Thank you so much. And before I go, as I always say, stay safe and be positive. And if there is anything worrying you in your heart, in your mind, please kindly communicate with a friend that you trust, a family member, or anyone who's your inner circle. But just don't keep it bottled up within you. On that note, we shall say bye bye and God bless. Thank you, Indrani. Thank you so much. And bye bye to all the viewers and God bless everyone. It's gone. It's hung. I think, sorry, viewers. I think there is a bit of a lag from both the sides. It's not ending also. You need to come. It stopped at 37.16.